Hello, everyone. I once again welcome all the participants, organizers, and resource person of the day, uh, Dhruv Govil, who is senior data scientist and senior consultant. It's pleasure having you, sir, with us once again. And if you are ready, we can start today's lecture. Good evening, Mr. Dhruv Govil, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Welcome all. Third session. In the last session, last two session, guys, we already studied about some basic concept of statistics, the data handling, the Numpy, the pandas, some basic plotting, some basic analysis. Lots of things we have studied, which is related with the machine learning and data science. So in the today's session, we starting some plotting parts, which is really very helpful while presenting our reports in front of the management department. So please confirm me, my screen is visualized.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, in today's session, we have starting from some basic concept of the visualization, which including the NumPy and the matplotlib. So we have just considered some sales data online retails, in which we have considered three categories: furniture, shoes, and electronics. So uh, in this, we have to import the NumPy. I told you NumPy is working on the data for the tabular form, the matrix form. Have matplotlib working on the for the visualizations. So we have to import the NumPy and the matplotlib libraries. So we have to import both the libraries. Now we have to creating some data using an array function which use the library. First category is furniture. Second category is shoes. Electronics. That we have creating some array with this sales. Suppose we have considered 5476 7.89, and shoes we have to consider, sorry, it's not point 6734 7.56. Yes, and then the last we have considered the 3878 point anything else. If we go for the sales of this product, then we have to insert this, assigning this value, that is the 5234 5234 567.89 and 4167 347.56, and third is 83878.492 and this. After that, our task is for the bar graph sales across the product categories. So in this, we have to plotting bar chart with product categories and on X axis and sales on Y axis. So after that, we have to plot bar and our we are assigning the products, creating an array by the name of product underscore category in the short form. So we have to write product underscore comma sales. After that, we have to assigning some basic representation display graph lt dot show plot dot show. See this of the sales of the values according to the categories. Now in this graph, we have adding some more representation so it seems look good so that everyone can easily understand it exactly what is going. Okay, it's total sales. So plotting our graph with the product categories is this we have made our we have to product underscore categories dot sales. For that now we are adding something title in this graph, adding the title in this in the graph so that PLT equals to sales that we had labeling the axis, labeling the axis, the axis. Now how we can label it? We have to mention it again PLT because it's we are doing the plotting. So we have always mentioned the PLT plot and then the X label because now we are assigning some name labeling on the X axis. So the X axis we have the product categories. Second, signing sales. Again, we need to represent the graph. So we have all again mentioned to display how we can use the display to display. Have to use the PLT dot show. Now see the difference the previous one and this see this graph, the simple graph. Okay, but in this we got the labeling with the title and the X and the Y labels. Okay, so now again we modified. There are some different methods. Now we want to again modify. So define graph, a graph again. So need to change color. Again, we have to change the color. So we have to know how to change the color inside the graph. So again, we have modified it in some form. So it seems look good manner and the magnetic also. So it must be a catchy bar graph. Now again, we have used a plt dot bar. We have assigning the name product dot categories, comma sales, comma color. Now we are assigning the different color, and color must be we take some yellow. Okay. Now edge color, we need also edging. So we also mentioning some edge color. Sorry, edge color. We need some black. That if we go for item, sales across products, yeah, products, and then we have to font size and dictionary size must be a size. Maybe they show the font size. Size we have assigning the 20. Now the font weight. Font weight is also representing the bold or pupil. So we have assigning the number 4. Okay. After that, we have represented what color you we have created. So we have color, color is suppose we take the red. Okay. So the inverted commas. Okay. After that, we have some uh, x-axis and the y labeling. We are just labeling again. So in the labeling, we are aware that the plt.x label and the product categories, and now we have again mentioned the font size. Here, font size, simple take a 10, and the font weight, we have to take in again 5, and then the color, and the color to be a take a blue. After that, we have go for the plt.y label because we also need to modify the label also x and y. So we have to mention it again. So sales, okay, because on the y-axis sales represented. So again, we have to now font text is equals to simple. Now again, the font size. So it must be a 10 because we don't want to change the X and Y label font size. It must be a same. Otherwise, it looks so much odd if we have vary the size. So font weight is equals to the 5 and color is uh, blue. Now, adding the And now we have necessary command display. We need to display it. So we need to again plt dot show. See this syntax. Yeah, okay, it's double commas. See this. Okay, so now it seems look good. Its total boundary edges color is black, and X level, Y level is font size. You also mentioned the blue color form, and the title is in the red form. So it seems look good. No, so through that we can mention it, we can modify it. If we need some more modification on the x and the y level, sorry, on the y level, we are talking about the in terms of lakh. If we can calculate this figure must be one times 100,000, 10,000 lakh. So how we can change it also? So suppose we have copied it and add some syntax, add some functions also, which seems good. Look. So in this, we all the things remain same, but the only thing is that we have to text to show how the text we have to modify it, and text is nothing. Text is a x and the y labeling. So we have to modifying fine text. So text values value, the what value we have to take it. We know in the first we have to assign the value up to 0, comma approx. We take as a maximum limit. Take the around 6 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. After that, now we are assigning some labels. Right, so that rather than a 1, 2, 3, we can easily do it. It must be a square bracket in the 0 capital and again 40. We have to take maximum, not below than below this. Otherwise, whole figure, whole information, we will not able to visualize it by our naked eyes. So we take the 60. Last we have the 70. Again, we have to some display graph. Display
The 40
graph. Now, how we can represent it? So we have one more addition in this, that the it takes because in this we are representing. So we have mentioned here in on which axis you want to show this 0L, 10L, 20L. So we have verified it. We have to need the X, Y axis. So X underscore values, comma, X underscore labels. Now we can run it and check it. All the things is perfect. Yes. So now see this presentation, the representation. So it shows the error, and the line is uh, takes. So show the right text. We have to read the error. Where the error. So they are not taking the function text. So the function location will usually call the text is formatted with the tick labels. Okay, good. So this indicates that. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is perfect for the it's we would say that takes is a simple take. It's not that. See, this is not- What value then we found range 0.7, 10, 350, 60, 70. Shows me the error. Just want to represent it that it shows me this is perfect. I think some happening here. Maybe it's not. So we need to check the upper values. Okay, everything is all the updates was not arrival number of update labels. Shows me update labels. Labels. Okay, I think so. You have to take on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shows the line. So, so the number of information is 1 usually from the problem. 7. Guys, there is some problem in this label assigning. So, we remove the 0 and then by default we can assign. Check pen. Anyways, guys, I hope so. This function is taking what I can. Values over there. Just keep in mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Excuse me,
5,
sir.
6, 7. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's very kind suggestion. If we can skip this part, when you will share this file, you can correct it, and after that share. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir. Okay.
a participant can check it.
That definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes. Sometimes a small error will become very
Definitely,
tedious.
sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, sir. I apologize for that thing. Now we move on the
Yes.
some histogram part visualization about the histogram. Oh, yeah. So we have need some discrete histogram distribution of noise at of different age. Okay. So now in the coming, we have to again import the same library, import the same libraries, that is NumPy. Okay. So syntax like this, generate the numbers. Okay. So we take the age and we use the random dot sample. Bring this and so now, okay, since sample random is not defined, sample, sorry, we have to import the library. Okay, now this is the taking the page by default. Now, in the histogram, if we go for the some uh, just like checking the number of employees.
Hello, excuse me, please. I have a
Yes,
question.
yes, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Instead of import random, what if I've been using import numpy before? Will it work for it?
Yes, yes, NumPy and the matplot already imported in the same file. That's why I'm not importing it again. If the page will be different,
Okay.
I need to import it.
Okay. All right. Thank
Because
you.
this is
Thank you.
this is a continue page, not the time taken process. It's a different.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So the number of employee. Now we are checking the number of employees what default why you have taken. So we have checked the length through the
Hello,
age.
sir.
Now,
Hello, sir. Hello,
yes, yeah,
sir.
yes, they, yes,
Sir,
yes,
sir,
yes.
sir, the numbers you have taken,
Yes,
that is 75, 79, 8, 92. Just
yes.
ऐसे generate हो गया ऐसे
It's a random number. I given the range na 10 to 99. Select a 50 number.
it will automatically generate, right?
Yes. If I hope so. You forgot the first lecture in the NumPy when we are creating some random number, 5 random numbers and 10 random numbers. When we define the range also. So here I'm defining the
Okay, okay,
99 and how much number we
okay,
needed
okay.
50.
99.
Yes. The
10
range
to 99.
10 to
10 to
99.
99 and there will be 50 numbers.
Yes.
There will be 50. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
I
Yes.
understood. Okay, thank you, sir.
So in this now we have take the age and the edge color. Edge color is equals to suppose we have take the blue and the inside the color inside the graph we take the some purple and again ELT touch. See this. See this. Okay, this is the histogram we have. Now again we have to change to modify it with the fixed number. So we have to need the plotting on histogram. Histogram. with fixed number of bins. Now I will let you know what is bins. So in this histogram age, comma bins, comma edge color equals to orange. Now the color, again we have to mention the color. Now what the color you need inside? Suppose the purple we already take it, and we have type again plt dot show. See this bins is not. Okay, I'm not mentioning the number of bins. It's 5. So just take it. Here, the number of bins are totally divided out. It's take that by default the number of the values. But here we are defining the 5 bins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whole data is distributed into the 5 parts. So bins is the distribution. Okay, got it. So now we move on some scatter plot, some working on some data set, which is really helpful for you also. You remember the data set. Now we can import the library pandas because we are starting working on some libraries. PD.
Excuse me, please.
Yes.
The number on the x-axis is 20, 40, 60, 80. Can't we put them all at the middle?
This figure you want to need it.
Yes, please.
This figure I am defining divide these whole numbers into the 5 parts, which is starting from 10 to 90, 99.
Okay.
If you saw this range, which I already defined it, 10 to 99, and select the 50 number randomly automatically. Okay. Now, if we select the number, now here we have to define the age. Now that number will be represented in this through this figure. Got it? So the range from that 10 to 99. Got it?
Okay.
Now I decide how many bins we are creating so that the adjustment of all number which I takes randomly 50 numbers is convert its lie between these bins only, not outside the. If I fluctuate the number, just see this, they are dividing the categories equally. Just see this. M6. So the division of equal distribution if all the numbers is remaining same.
Okay.
Changing the bins. If you need it more, then just read this slide. It's really helpful for you also.
Okay, excuse me, please. I've sent you an email.
Yes.
All these notes, you have not uploaded it. We need it, please. This note, the one you are showing now.
Okay. No issue. I can.
Thank you very much.
Show you some histogram so that you can clear it. I think so. In this there is no histogram. I forgot to mention it. No worries. I will share that particular slide with you. Okay.
Thank you.
It's really helpful for you also. No issue with that. Okay, so number of bins is the equally distribution. Now got it? Hello. Now it's clear to you?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now we move on the some pandas through. Now we are starting working on some data set. Now, in the yesterday session, we have to observe it, how to find out the correlation, and that correlation value represented into the graphical part. This is the value. Now I can represent that particular thing into the scatter plot chart. Okay, one by one, or some take the all the data. Suppose dot scatter. Suppose I take the mpg. I take the weight and the see this. It's a representation, so it's a indirectly proportional. It's going from higher to lower. If we check the value of between the mpg and weight, and the mpg and the weight value is this minus. So minus sign indicates that inversely one is increases, the another one is decreases. Now, if we want to represent all these number into the figure, then we have to import the SNS C bond library. I already imported. So it's go for the pair plot, or the data is MPG. Now see this. It's take a time, across 10 to 20 seconds, because all figures will be in front of your screen. Now see this. We have to got each and every relationship correlation value in the form of representation. Okay. Now it's so much congested in such a short data. Then the another step we need to follow so that our visualization will be looking good. So rather than all these things, if we can select some part, just like if we can drop some columns, suppose uh, we use M1. Now I'm creating new data frame by the name of M1 and using the empty.ilog. Ilog function is the part of the pandas. In ilog means index location. Now through location, we have select the parameters. Okay. So suppose I take colon, comma, 1:5. Okay. So just see this. One dot head. See this. I select the column. Rows are in not mentioning any number, only colon sign. If the colon sign is empty, then it indicates that whole column, whole rows will be selected, because data is always into the form of row into column. So row is empty and the column numbering is from 1 to ratio 5, and 1 is excluded. So 1 is from, sorry, 1 is included. So 1 is MPG. Just see this. In this, 1 is MPG. Sorry, 0 is MPG, 1 is CYL, second is disk, 3 is HP, DRAT is 4, and the last part of the value is excluded. So weight is excluded. So we got the 4 rows, 4 columns, and 32 rows. Okay, now we prepared the data again. NSSNN dot pair plot M1. It's M1. So just see this. Now see this. Seems look good. It's not be congested. It's take the size by default automatically. Again, if you want to represent it more in the magnetic, so one more method we have to follow it. What is that method is? Now we again take the SNS dot pair.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
32 and 33 once again repeat, sir, please.
32 and 33. Just a second. I write down the something which is the important part for you, because I log means that the location that we are selecting it. Okay. So how you can select a location, it is also the very important part for us. I location. So the data format is always into the row into column. So I am
Yes.
indicating row empty, nothing mentioned over there in the form of the numbers. Put the
Okay.
comma separate that row is different part, column is the different part. Okay, and
Okay.
finding 1:5 means one is the starting point and the end point is 5.
5.
So I will just do one thing. I type it the I log indexer for pandas data frame, because this is also the data frame. Data frame is the part of a main data set, or data frame
Yes. Yes.
is used for selection by position. Okay,
Okay.
by position. I'm writing each and every sentences because if I'm not presenting in front of you so that you can understand easily my sheets. That's why
Yes.
I'm
Yes. Yes,
writing
sir.
each and
It's
every
good for
step.
us. It's good for us,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you. So now we have to mention the syntax. What will be the format of this syntax is, you see this data, name of the data, I log,
Okay.
and then the rows
Okay.
selection, comma, column, column selection, column selection.
Okay.
So see the comparison between the data is empty, I log, ith location indexer. Indexer means subscripting. We are
Okay.
some selected value to the main data frame. Okay.
Okay.
So row selection, I'm separated by the column, sorry, by the comma, but the colon sign indicates that I am not mentioning anything, any number. So it by default, it select all the number of rows. The quantity of rows is 32. Am I right? 32 by 11, the data set dimension.
Yes. Yes.
Just see this. Just see
Yes.
this. No. Just wait. I will show you M1. So M1 dot shape is 32 by 4. Got it? So 4 are
Yes. Yes.
columns. So I mentioned in the column range 1:5. So you know this in the Python, the last number, the highest limit will be eliminated. Always eliminated. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is dart. Fifth is weight. So excluding weight, because from the back side it always be the -1. And from the front
Yes.
side it started from the 0. Got
0.
it?
Right. Right.
So this dimension is 32 by 4. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
the data frame which I created by the name of M1,
Right.
and the original data set is by the name of MT. Okay.
Right. Right.
So this is the data. This is the graphical representation of pairwise correlation. Got it?
Okay. 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 Thank you, sir.
Okay. If we mention the color over here, just try it. Color is equals to red. So pair plot. Okay, it's the pair. So it's not taking the colors. So I think so. It's not taken. So no issue with that. Rather than this, I am try this function, and on this basis, I am representing VS. Okay, it's not that take the VS, so we take the CYL. We take the CYL. And it show me the error, what happened. Just this spelling is mistake. See this. It seems look good. Now displacement with the cylinder. Now you can compare it with the values. displacement is 1. So it show me this figure. Displacement, and second is HP. This is the multivariate diagram. Got it? Understand the multivariate, because if you see the indexer on the left and right hand side, CYL 468, just see this. On the basis of the cylinder, who is nothing, it is in a categorized. It is in a categories. Categories. So I am dividing my data representation in multivariate so that on the basis of the cylinder count is 468. Okay. If we see the displacement, with the, just here, the draft and displacement. Okay. The draft and displacement. But the third variable is stack over here in the form of CYL, cylinder. So the cylinder 4 is very light color. So the 4 cylinder draft and displacement values around 5 draft. Just see this value. Am I right? Got it? It's clear? Rather than comparing the two parameters bivariate, we move directly on the 3, which is under the multivariate analysis. Guys, please let me know it's clear to you or not.
Please, you can
Hello.
explain that again.
Should I explain it again?
Yes, please. Is
Okay.
cylinder plotted against every other thing?
Okay. Just forget each and everything. Just observe this column last. Drat and disc. Okay. You observe it. The color is very light, more bright,
Yes.
dark. The 3 categories lie in the screen in form of colors: light, more light, light, medium, and dark. So most light is indicate the 4 cylinder over here in the side of indexer. Got it? The most light color, just see in the right hand side. The legend I created automatically is 4, the light color, and the dark is 8 cylinder.
Okay.
Guys, everyone is viewing this figure cylinder. Just view this figure. CYL, the legend we are called is. Please, anyone reply me. Is this visualized to you or not?
I think
Yes,
it's okay
sir.
now. It's clear to me now.
Sorry? It's clear?
Yeah, it's clear to me. Yes.
Because cylinder, just notice the 4 and 8. Forget the 6 cylinder representation. The 4 is the lightest one in the color, and 8 is the darkest one. If the draft and displacement value between 200 and 400, so there is an 8 cylinder cars lies. And if we are talking about the 4 cylinder, which is represented in the lightest one, is the lie between 0 to 200, and the draft is between 5 to 4.3.5. Got it?
Yes.
Guys, I'm just comparing this. Don't be confused. Just see this draft and displacement. Why should I mention the cylinder over here? Because the cylinder column is removed from this figure, because now it converts its behave into the categories. 468. Are you observing some things or not? Only one guy replied me, remaining sit quietly. It's really clear to you or not?
Yeah,
Please.
you are audible and your screen is also visible.
So now it's clear to all of you?
I hope it is clear because it is clear to me.
Sir, sorry, you repeat once again, sir. Sir,
Just,
please repeat once again.
okay. No issue. In this, you observe it CYL, disk, HP, and DRAT. We got it in the new data frame by the name of M1.
Okay.
Okay. So by running this function SNS input number 40 SNS dot pair plot. M1 is the new data frame.
Yes.
But I take the cylinder as a categories because hue is behave as a categories. Okay. So
Okay.
the our plotting, this plotting is a bivariate, but now this plotting is converted into the multivariate. Clear?
Okay.
So when the multivariate, so just see in the output representation, where is the CYL column? No representation of the CYL, only disk, HP and DRAT represented. Got it? The
Hmm.
CYL is converted into categories so that the plotting will be represented from multivariate analysis. Now, the C in the right hand side, cylinder indexer representer 4 in front of the 4, there is a very light color indicated. Got it? And 8
Yes.
have
Yes.
very dark color.
Yes.
So if you
Can I
observe,
ask a
yes,
question, please?
yes, David.
Please, all that you sent to us, I would like you to include the data for MT. You know, MT is in your directory, so that we can practice all over again with all this.
So you need there either empty.
Yes, that's your MT. Yes,
Okay,
MT
no
class.
issue. No issue. I
Okay.
can create a one structure also in which we have
Thank you so much.
all that frame. Now see this. It's viewing to all of you or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now just observe this. In the right hand side, the small size 468 cylinder mentioned, indexer, labels, and in this MPG, where is MPG? After MPG, there will be a column cylinder, but cylinder will skip converted into categories. David, it's visualized to you and you will be able to understand it.
Yes, I can understand very well. Thank you.
So now it's okay, or should I give him another example to shorter data to minimize the data?
No, this is okay, but please remember to
So,
send the MT class data so that we can practice later.
definitely, today after the session, I attached some of that practicing data set for to all of you. No worries.
Thank you so much.
So just do one thing. I'm just show you something different. It will be creating a. So again, I'm creating this new data frame. Only have 10 rows. Only have 10 rows. Just see this. Only 10 rows. Displacement, HP, and drag. Okay. So
Sir, just reminding you, there will be break for 10 minutes and then we can resume.
okay, no issue, no issue. I'm just running this syntax. After that, we can take a break. Sorry for that. 3.m3. Suppose we take the displacement. Now, it can be easily understood by everyone now. Because displacement behavior now I converted into the categories. And thank you so much. We have taken a break. The screen is going on. I'm just muting my mic.